This should do it. There we go. I was on my British just a while ago. But Japan. Not actually quite sure what I'm going to be playing for Japan today. I've gotten myself a few lineups ready. So yeah, what was I going to do? I think I'm probably going to start off with 1-7 and see what I'll do from there. Just play around with these low tier boats. I don't actually have anything to research at the moment, so yeah. I'll just be playing whatever I feel like for this tree. I'm not expecting to really find too many matches, especially at the lower BRs for Coastal. But oh well. Speak of Naval, there we go. Japanese port at this lower BR? Okay then. Bit unusual. Where do I want to go? I have not won yet, QD. I've only just started. I think I'll try out this Type 4. There we go. The incredibly loud and noisy Type 4. Which currently is a bit bugged when it comes to the guns. You see, this rear dual 20 can just fire straight to the front. Even though it has this little guardrail preventing it from actually going there, it's just no clips through it. But I am not going to complain about it. Not for now at least. I should probably turn that engine noise down. It's way too loud. There we go, a bit better. Nah, he won't. He has a nice little railing to support him. Yeah, he doesn't want to lean back too far. Or that might be trouble. Even though they strapped 2 aircraft engines on the back of this thing, it isn't actually that much faster than some other PT boats. It's pretty fast for the battle rating, I guess. He's already started shooting back. It's a bit difficult to get on target with these seas as choppy as this. Also, because of these aircraft engines, I don't actually have that good of a firing arc to the rear. But I do need to stay a bit broadside on. Oh boy. Not really paying too much attention, am I? And there goes the gun. That's not good. I think this is a player. There goes the gun again. I'm flooding heavily. Yeah. And that's that for that small boat. I should have probably switched to the front gun at some point, but oh well. I think I'm going to take the Type D-38 now. This used to be one of my favorite small boats for Japan. I don't recall what it actually plays like nowadays. Because this 25mm gun used to be really effective against coastal vessels. But the rough seas are not helping me. That's giving it a lead. I think I'm overranging as well. Oh well.
Another zone captured, we have the advantage. We're controlling most of the zones.
Yeah, the choppy seas are probably not the best place to really showcase some of these vessels, but oh well. That's a bit more dangerous, but also very much a bit bigger of a target for me to shoot at. There we go. I think that's an AI, isn't it? T-14. Jeez. Yeah, these waves are not helping me out at all. It's always kind of a gamble when you play coastal, especially these smaller boats. It's just, I hope you have actually calm seas to work with. Because if you don't, you have to deal with this kind of stuff. We're going all over the place. Around there-ish. An aircraft. Careful, really. Well, for some reason he doesn't seem to be going for me, even though I am capping the point. Okay, that's a PT-6 all the way over there.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
I can hear the other three, I can see him shooting. There he is. And there he goes. There's the other one is too far off. For the sounds of it. There he is. Go. Oh, the T-14 I shot it way earlier. Okay. What kind of changes? I'm not really the type of person to think of what should be changed or what should be happening at all, really. I just deal with what I'm given and go from there. So one thing I would like to see return is the fact that coastal could research blue water and blue water could research coastal. That's the one thing I'd love to see return. Yeah, that's friendly. Make sure I don't ram him. And shoot at his LS. If the choppy waves allow for it at least. There we go. I still really like this boat. Like the full 360 over the 25 is so useful.
Attack enemy troops.
And the 25 does still pack quite a bit of a punch. Maybe something from the front. What is it? There it is. Dead. Luckily my front was already damaged, so I could actually deal with that a bit better. Reload, 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 please. There we go. He dropped his payload, but they should miss. They should miss. There that goes. There that goes. Some aircraft up. There, coming in. Those are all misses. Spatter. Hello there, hello. That guy seems to be going away. Now, can I finally make my way to B without being distracted? Yeah, this is definitely still my favorite loader Japanese boat. And it also gets torpedoes, so can be useful. Oh boy. I think we can hold on to A. What ships we have? What is? Where is he? Right there. I could wait for him. Hope he comes around that end of the ship. I really should be going for B instead. Or somebody else goes around there. To be at a full stop instead of going first, though. Sometimes with rough seas like this, it's actually better to be on the move because it stabilizes you for some reason. Don't ask me why it stabilizes you, but it does. So I'm just going to keep reversing. Ideally, I should actually be showing my front to him because the front is already damaged. There we go. Now I'm almost dead. Almost dead. And because I've got 25s of AP, I should be able to go all the way through him. Come on. Ah, almost. If I had a shell or two more, but he should be thinking, I think. 8%. I have a backup, and I think I am going to use it because it is really good. It is a really nice ship. Really nice boat. Though not the fastest. Okay, I did manage to sink the PT6, so that's good. Still got quite a few left, but I'm assuming that most of them are going to be an aircraft at this point. Right, that fellow over there. But shall we... I think those people should be able to cap A, surely. It seems that somebody's going to B. Hopefully. Well, it is an AI, never mind, it got sunk. I hear an aircraft. There it is. Quite a ways out there, but he is within range of my 25. Doesn't seem like he's actually wanting to get closer. For some reason they are not capping A, even though we really need it. Police people. Come on, never mind. I think maybe our guy in the ammo 4 can get into B. Oh, enemy on A. That's less good. You know what? I'll just launch a torpedo just in case. It's probably not going to hit anything, but might as well.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
There he is. Oh, 2 of them. Okay, that's a bit more dangerous. Though with as much span as I have on this gun, I can actually go straight through the PT6 into the MAS. Both of them have been sunk, but it's too late. Yeah. And that is why playing the objective is more important than just getting kills. Because you can have games like that, perfectly good games, but if you don't control the objectives, you lose anyway. That's a fair bit of SL for... Yeah. The achievements I got are like almost half of the SL. Huh. What do you even get? Guess you do stack up after a while, don't they? Ah, Terror of the Sea, that's the one. It probably gave me so much SL. I'll play this BR for a little bit longer. It's a fun little BR. And yeah, now it's just waiting again for a match. Probably going to take out the Type 5 first, and then like gradually goes faster and faster. Depends on the map really. If the objectives are if the objectives are as far away as they are on Japanese port, you need something speedy near the end of it. Just so you can actually contest the points. Thinking if there's actually anything I can earn whilst playing these ships, any kind of achievements or stuff. I don't think there is. That's something else. There's no camos you can unlock for these ships, sadly. So what can I actually unlock with them? Well, the Type 4 can technically still unlock the Mark of Distinction. I think, yeah, Mackay does as well. But other than that, I don't know. Hey, screw is a bit... that's even too much RP for me to really want to grind out. But it is possible. And there we go, on to the next match. Green Mountains Gulf, another kind of semi-large map. Type 5 is probably better suited for that spawn. Weird shell choices, but I get the feeling they're from before we even had 3 shell types to choose from. Something like this, I think. And now I'm being late to actually spawning, but that's no problem. And we're in rough seas again. Oh boy. Seems that this Type 5 is stock, because I'm a bit faster than it. If only ever so slightly. How many players do we have? A fair amount. 7-ish. This guy... Wasn't that the guy I was seeing in the New Orleans, like last Monday? All the time. I think it was. He must be filling up to grind his Russian boats, I guess. Apparently. It's very rare that you actually see people both in blue water, like high tier blue water and low tier coastal. You don't usually see all the same names pop up. Oh no, a fishing boat. Fishing boat sunk. There we go, a few hits. Just going to screenshot that because it's not something you often see. They're capturing sea. Ooh, rockets. Either Russian or some American PT. Turn hard right. Too hard right, I think. Yeah. Let's see. Apologize. Even though he was also sailing straight into me. Oh, what do we have here? Something vaguely Russian looking. The only reason I'm actually hitting him is because the waves are bobbing me up and down, which is rather funny. I'm not complaining about that assist. Even more rockets, and then less.
The enemy's getting closer to victory.
Come on. Oh boy. There goes my frame rate from water splashes. What was that, man? T1. Didn't see many of those around. And for a very good reason. Quite crap. Got a few of his engines, so he's probably going to stay there. Come on. And an assist. I do not mind assists in the slightest. We've got a few hostiles over here. Seems that I'm overshooting by quite a bit. Oh boy. What's that? Oh, that's Italian Reserve again. Those Italian Reserve coastal vessels are actually really good reserves. They're incredibly heavily armed. That's less good, but that's not exactly the tankiest of ships, but I need to get into cover. Just because the ship isn't the biggest of threats doesn't mean it isn't a threat at all. So I need to get into cover. Okay, fine damage wise. Bit injured, but nothing too severe. And we're in cover. There is an enemy on sea again, so we need to be careful. It's right in front of me, isn't it?
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Slow down. Because I don't want to show broadside to them like they did to me. Target behind, always dangerous. That's what we call. Come on. Come on, actually hit that specific area. Please. Go. There are several and the fire is not helping. Just keep on firing. There was another. I'm flooding. Quite severely even. Okay, I'm fine. I'm low crew, that's not good. I don't have the momentum to turn and actually show my 20s. Because he's moving to the left, I'm turning right. And I do still, of course, have the 75 at the front. The rough weather like this, it's not going to be too reliable. There we go. We're still fine-ish. We're flooding again. No threats from the flank. Not too many at least. Now that's less nice. A mine right in front of me. Also kind of on the line I wanted to take to get into the cap. So let's see if we can actually... No, I'm not going to try and shoot it. I just have to be aware of it and avoid it. I do have arty, and I think there's a ship like right there, so I'm going to arty it. What I'm also going to do is swap to the anti-air shell. Put my gunners on anti-air duties only. and let 75 have some fun. Oh, it's a friendly mine. Okay, perfect. That guy diving on me is not quite as perfect though. It's B6. Oh, somebody got him. Somebody got him just in time for me. Thank you. We are capping B, so if I cap A, we should be good. We aren't capping B, never mind, our friendlies are just around B. Not actually. I want to target him with 75, please. 75. Well, I wasn't the one getting bombed, so it's not too much of a problem. I really need to get on top of my anti-air game again. That's what's next for my 75 to focus on. Is he actually coming back? He is, oh boy. But I've got my 20s. My 75 got the other aircraft I was shooting at. Because that as well. Yeah, I've got a maxed crew, so 75 of time fuse is going to do something. Even if it might take a while. The thing is, how do I get away from here without dying immediately? Like, I need to turn around, don't I? And that guy's 30 mil is probably going to kill me already. Yeah, there I go. That was to be expected, really. Then next up is D38 again. I am going to fight around C because we do have B, so I don't need to rush around to A, and it seems like somebody's already planning to go to A. So I don't need to be too concerned about it. If I die again in my T-38 and we don't have A still, I'm going to spawn here in the faster boat and go to A. But it should be fine. I was considering playing my Sokotes as well, because that's been ages since I played them. But I'm lucky I didn't play them the last two matches for these choppy seas. Though actually it would be more fun playing them in choppy seas. Oh, that's that rare one, isn't it? I don't know if it's a premium vehicle, like an event vehicle, but this one is pretty dangerous, if I remember correctly. Aircraft. Where is it? It's a biplane. It's going to come from me. No, but it's still within firing range, so might as well give it a few. Come on. To the left a bit because of my momentum. That guy's going to crash. Yep. Oh, hello there. Italian Reserve. Also known as the bane of my existence. There we go.
Another zone captured, we have the advantage.
Where exactly is he? Okay, reverse because he's trying to show you the broadside, and I'm going to arc him because that's an automatic 37 and we do not want to deal with those. Not in a boat like this. We've got all of the caps, he's being attacked by an aircraft. He's dead. Fantastic. That's a G5, isn't it? Looks like it. Boy, look at how much the rough seas are actually throwing off my aim, left and right. Oh, I just need to hit his nose a few times. But it's yeah, he sunk. PT6 is a much bigger target for me to hit, so I'm not too worried. There we go. What do I have there? It's LS3, but it's an AI, so I don't really care. I think I'll go take residence in C. Got an aircraft up. Like 3. I really need to take, actually need to take a few high explosive belts for this 25 just for aircraft. Doing well. So this should be a victory. Should be. Mine is still there, but that's a friendly one. So it's not too much of a worry. Probably from this snellboat wreck over here. That's 3, going straight for the cap. So I kind of want to deal with that. There we go. Where's it? Oh, there's the aircraft. It seems that the aircraft has lost its propeller. So it's not too big of a threat. It's all down. It seems like it's pretty much game already. So I'm just going to start moving around. Ooh, there's something on B. But I think it's way too late to actually change the outcome of this match. Yep, there we go. And I think for the fun of it, I'll actually try playing the Socotes again. These little boats. Okay. So I want a 1-0 lineup, kind of. I just need to replace these 3. I just create this thing, okay. And what do you get the choice of? Nothing much, so I'll just put a reserve in you. Let me check that Socote can actually go there as well. It can't, okay. Hold on, I didn't actually swap this thing out, did I? No. Come on. There we go. But it still can't go there. Oh well, I'll just make it go there then. And not modifications, I wanted crew and expert you. This will probably be pretty disastrous, but I will. Oh yeah, I take the heat because it has a higher explosive mass than high explosive. So, off we go. So I'm probably going to just spawn both Socotes and I think the Premium Reserve. Because the Type T1 is really not that fun of a boat. Yeah. You also know what it's like streaming with meme ships. The plot armor starts to kick in, doesn't it? It also appears that I do actually have a backup for this Sokote, so that's going to be even better. On this battle posse, I mean, I'm going to enjoy it because it's a rank 3 ship, the Cadiz. What is it called again? I think it's Cadiz. Not too sure actually. What is it? Yeah, Cadiz. Probably going to be right. But it's not the best of ships. It's a very nice premium ship for the British, definitely. If you don't have the British destroyers yet, it's going to be a very nice premium. Because it is a rank 3 premium. But I don't think it's going to be the best of ships in general. But a free rank 3 premium, I'm never going to complain about that. I need to... No, I don't actually want to take Universal, I want to take AP belts. There we go. Why did I spawn here? I wanted to spawn there and go to a... Oh well. My mistake, I guess. Plenty of low BR ships. Also, when it comes to this Sokote at least, use the 7.7s. You have 4 of them. They actually do pretty decent damage. Because in waters like this, I'm never going to hit anything with that 57. Never. Not before they shoot me, at least. Yeah. I could do that, but I don't... Like, first of all, you can't communicate to anybody in random battles anymore, so I can't ask anybody for a tow. And at the same time, arriving later to the battle is just part of these ships. It's part of the way to think around it. I don't really care for it. If I wanted to be fast and on the objective, I would have spawned a fast boat. But oh well. I don't particularly mind, and it's not the slowest vessel. I've sailed around in ships slower than this. The problem with getting towed in as well is that you cannot really disengage as easily. Because you're towed in at like triple your own speed, right? But then all of a sudden, oh, I'm taking too much fire, I want to break the tow line and disengage. But you're doing that at 1/3 of the speed you were just going. So it can be a bit of a nuisance trying to actually disengage. I think with, like, yeah, 1.5 kilometers, that's the max range of my guns, period. They'll despawn after that. For the 7.7s.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
So yeah. Who do we have there? G5. Yeah. They Heat. This is... yeah. There's a reason why you don't see these ships around, really. And the other Sokote isn't much better either, whereas it this thing? Quite a bit worse, actually.
Our victory is near.
Yeah, it does belong on the river. The fact that it's a vessel from the Imperial Japanese Army should tell you enough as well. I mean, the AP belts on these 7.7s are actually doing quite a bit of damage. If I can actually stay on target, that is. Because I'm bobbing up and down like crazy. Okay. Oh well, an assist. Oh! What was that trail? Was it a... oh, it was just Jelly's 3's trail, okay. For a second I thought it was a torpedo trail. That it just barely missed.
Defend the A point.
What do we have here? A G5. Another G5. Heavily flooding G5 by the looks of it. Come on, guns. Somebody who seems to not really know how to deflood his ship. He seems to be out of range. Actually, I'm curious, is it actually out of range? Like, do my bullets actually despawn at the range? Because I think they might. That's an AI. Still, it's probably the best targets I'm going to get out of this. Need to be wary from my front though, because that's their spawn basically. Need things to be closer. And that's still too far. Like that is just out of range. Actually, kind of curious if it actually is, but I think it is. Oh no, it's... oh well, he did just get into range. And these 7.7s don't do too bad of a damage. Too bad damage if they actually hit. But you need to actually hit. Okay, what is that? What is that? It is you. Come on, machine guns, get down. Yeah, that damage is not bad. Expected it to be worse, really. Reload is a bit long. Reload is quite long. But I was expecting the damage to be a lot worse. Also, I have to reach myself. There we go. Oh, come on. Get those. The guns getting kicked up by the wave is rather annoying there. And that's just that. The hit marker showing in the wrong direction. Go. That wasn't actually showing in the wrong direction, okay. But he has to now destroy my bridge before I die. Oh boy, that's a bigger boat. Could it cause now? They could cause Namarak, I guess, but I'm not sure if they would. I need to repair my engine, I think. Things I don't actually want to show my bridge because that's literally all that's keeping me alive. The fact that my bridge is still undamaged. And there we go. There's an aircraft incoming as well. I need a bigger gun to deal with that thing, so I'm going to spawn this thing now. Hold on. I want AP belts and a little bit of high explosive. There we go. And I want to spawn there. Aircraft's there. Swap to the high explosive. I'm not quite used to shooting these guns at aircraft though. In general, my anti-aircraft gunnery is not really that good with regular rounds. Give me some VT or HETF though, and then I can do some damage. I'm going to RT around here-ish because I think that's where the guy was. In ship RB, yeah, you can just. Well, it isn't random as you can see. It's a list. And it is based on of the modifications of the ships the planes you've unlocked. So if you do actually have those planes yourself, they'll be your modification, your customization, your latest loadout as well. Which is useful for when you get the random bomber. If you actually have the plane. I'm not sure though, I think if you spawn a random plane you don't have, it'll be in a stock configuration. But I have not confirmed that. Yes, attack the A point. Before we do that, we need to deal with this thing. And that thing. He's already pretty damaged, and this 25 is going to make quick work of him. There we go. That's another threat of an automatic 37. I want to get rid of it. He's noticed my presence, and well, or he hasn't. I'm going to back up anyways. Make sure. Apparently there's an aircraft up somewhere. So careful, he's dead. I really should be putting planes in my lineup, but I just never feel like flying the planes in ship RB anyways. But I really should be putting aircraft in my lineups because I do have a lot of aircraft for the nations I play, and especially Japanese aircraft. I'm a real big fan of their naval aircraft, so I really should be playing them more. It's always annoying trying to put them in the correct crew slots. But at lower BRs like this, it should be fine, really. Oh, I'm getting RT'd. Also, I need to worry about the aircraft, but he's not still far away. That guy's drowned. I'm being an RT strike. Be careful of the RT. So he's drive out of there. Oh, there's another aircraft up. There we go. Yeah, does the damage. Oh, it's Phoenix again. Oh boy. Yeah. Remind me that I'll put planes in my lineup after this. And I think after this battle I'll go to 2-3 as well. Ships. Good boy. Good boy. Aircraft up as well. My fire is not automatic for some reason, even though I always put it on automatic. Yeah. I'm not flooding, so that's not a problem, but I'm going to repair. Here an aircraft. Pretty good. On boats like this, rockets can be really effective if you hit. But it really depends on the explosive load as well. I think it's actually players. We need to kill him. There we go. Load the high explosive. And fail miserably at actually hitting him. I'm also going flank ahead, which was not my intention, but oh well. It's dead. Load the AP again. And away we go. More decent match. Everybody doing really good actually in my team. Lots of AI though. Lots of AI to shoot at. Who do you have here? An AI. An AI that's heavily flooding. The ships I recommend for the Japanese coastal, I'll show you after this battle since it's almost over. I'll show you which aircraft I really recommend, which ships I really recommend. They just sailed past it, that guy. He must have. Yeah, there we go. Alrighty, so let's just look at the tree, shall we? The Type 5 is a really good early one because of the 220s in the rear. The T-38 is one of my favorites because of the 25. Like, these two aren't the worst, it's just that they have very awkward gun angles for the 20 at the rear. And it's definitely, you want to main the 20mm instead of the 37 or whatever it is. Or the 57 on this, yeah. Like, this thing actually, to do, like, 220mm can do a surprising amount of damage. With, yeah, if you just can get them on target decently well, if it's stable waters. But, like, the Hago and the Type 4, yeah, you need stable waters for that, and that's not always a guarantee. But the Type T-38, Type 5, the Type K3 and K7, excellent gunboats, right? Excellent gunboats. Because they have this dual 40mm at the front, which can do a lot of damage. However, they are low velocity 40mm, so you need to be relatively close. Unless you have decent accuracy, of course, decent gun skills. But they also have backup 25s, 3 of them. With the K7 being able to fire all 3 on a broadside. And the K3 being able to fire 2. And 25mm guns are really effective against coastal ships. I will say though, 2-3 is where you start seeing a lot of destroyers. So, yeah. For the lower tier stuff, definitely the Type T-38 and the Type 5 are my recommended. The Type T-51 I remember actually liking quite a bit, but it's changed quite a lot, so I'm not too sure. Then PT-15, solid PT boat. Most of the frigates are pretty good as well, my favorite being Chikugo. But most of them are pretty solid, although Shonan is alright, Chidori is rather painful. Isuzu is alright, but Chikugo, Ikazuchi, really good. Basically rank 4 is really good for them, rank 5 less so. Well, I was going to do the 2.3 now. This one can be replaced by an aircraft. For sure. Do I take a dive bomber or do I take a B6? Can't take that one, damn. I think I'll take a B6, because why not? And this thing... You know, I actually quite like that one, so I'm actually not going to replace it. I'm going to replace K7. And this time I didn't forget to actually link all the camos I used in the description below if you're ever curious, because this is a camo, I think this is a camo as well, and so it's this. But for some ships, like the T-51B, I could not find any camo for it, so... Oh well. Now I was going to replace this thing with a plane as well. 2-3 maximum. Don't really have that many. Hold on. Not master crew. What can I have at this BR? Key 109. Does the thing actually have a high explosive shell? I don't remember if the Key 109 actually has a high explosive shell or not. It does have a high explosive shell. The thing is, it's going to get shot down immediately, so I'm not going to bother with that. I want something a bit smaller. I might take a fighter like the A6M. Of course it has a high explosive shell. That thing was supposed to be a bomber interceptor, not a ground pounder. Of course it would have a high explosive shell. I think I'm going to take a float 0, because it's a bit more maneuverable than the M1K. I'm going to take the float 0. I have silver lines to spare, so I don't really care for those costs. So qualification. Yep. And this one also needs a qualification up. There we go. So, 2-3 now. Off we go. It just... I don't usually bring aircraft with me because I never really care for bringing aircraft to naval. But then I remembered you only have 3 spawns anyway, so and you have 5 crew slots, so you might as well take... It's literally the amount of spawns you have. You have 2 plane spawns and 3 ship spawns maximum in a naval match. So I might as well take some planes with me. This is not a bad map for coastal. And because of that, I'm going to take the K3 first. Yep, that's what I want. I'm currently playing 2-3, and I'm probably going to be playing it for like a match or 3 or 4 maybe. And as I said, destroyers. Very, very, very commonplace as soon as you hit 2-3. You start getting up there to destroyers. And none of my ships, except for maybe the T-51, can actually deal with destroyers because of torpedoes. The T-51 is not that fast. Yeah, 52 kph is relatively slow. But I basically now hope that I'll be facing other coastal vessels, which there is one there. Oh, you can join QD. Sure, next match. Just gonna put gunners on all targets, because why not? And let it rip, really. Way overshooting. Way overshooting. The thing is, though, if he's going to get closer and closer, it's only going to be worse and worse for him. I need to be careful what's over there, though. Yeah, there's a heavy. So I need to be careful. I like high-tier play. That's no problem. It's just that for this stream I'm doing this PR. I might actually play my frigates later on as well. My 3-3s or maybe even my 3-7s. If I feel like it. He's right there. He is right there. Yeah, I need to be careful with this heavy though, that's why I'm moving in towards this cargo shipwreck. Not too afraid of that, it's an AI. I know you've kept C, but I am looking in your direction. Don't have a gun for that. Okay, 25, you can calm down a bit. Go, now we've got to reload. It's really showcasing how good this ship can be, but it's just... I am being, I think, pinned by 2 heavies, am I? 2 SF-40 heavies. There we go. 25s. If somebody flanks you like that in this ship, and the K7 as well, you just swap to the 25 and deal with them quickly. It's much more effective. I'll play frigates later on, but I'm just going to do a few more matches in my 2-3s. I will say though, the one advantage of the Japanese frigates is they're actually relatively low BR for frigates. At 3.3 and 3.7. Compared to some other frigates out there, like... The British are what, 4.3 now? Or what are they? 4.0? 3.7, I don't remember what they are. You know what, I'm going to risk it. I'm going to inch out there a bit. And because my gunner cam is on the bridge, I need to actually get around the corner a bit more than I need to. But now, I can just rip him a new one. Because that's how effective this 40 mil is. As you can see though, this 40 mil is very low velocity. So you need to give quite a bit of lead. What did I get kicked by? The 88s. The thing is, can I ammo rack the 88? I think I can. So let's see if I can do that. If I remember where the ammo actually is. But I'm just going to get back into cover now. I do actually have RT, and they should be in range of RT. They're slow, they're stationary even, I think, so... Yeah, should be good now. I'm not going to go around the ship, so you don't have to worry about it, but I saw him launch torpedoes, so I need to be very aware of it. Oh, he launched them at both ends, okay, so I can't push yet. The thing is, he's probably going to push around this end, and I need to reload my 40s, because I only have 2 shots left. The thing is, I think I do actually have a blind spot around that end. 40s, but he's not pushing. He's not quite pushing. The thing is, I do have my rear 25s. I'm ready for him. I'm ready for him. He doesn't have depth charges, though, does he? Come on, push me. Do it. There we go. My 25s are so much further behind me than the 40s, so I could use them quite effectively. So I need to get into cover quickly. I'm low on crew. Fire's not helping. You'll at some point decapped C, that's good. The 88s are still shooting at my position, even though it's not going to really do much. Is that an 88? It is, okay. I need to stop. I don't actually want to keep reversing. I'm just gonna get ready for whenever my artillery is off cooldown again. I mark him so I can see him on the map. He's just within spawn, but I'm going to RT it anyway. And where did the other 88 go actually? Wasn't really paying attention.
The victory is near.
Don't see anything because gun camera is roughly around the bridge. Seems they're both there, okay. Just gonna give them a few shots to annoy them. Bring down the crew a little bit. And back straight back up again. Because that did a lot of damage, even though it might not look like it from first glance. That did a lot of damage. They know they can't hit me around here either, so I'm safe to just continue doing this for the time being. Aircraft. So my gunner's an aircraft priority. I thought I heard an aircraft. One of the SF-40s is down. They're being shot at by destroyers, so I don't have to really focus on them anymore. There's quite a few around just here as well. Let's see that ship. I can shoot at, so I'm going to shoot it in. A bit low. To reload is not too long, so I can just open up again. Still shooting way too low. There we go. There we go. Shooting a bit high. Shooting low again. So I am going to mark them for the team, because then you see them on the map. They're right there. They're already on it.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
Am I being arted as well? Or was it just a stray shell from a destroyer? You know what? I think there's been enough camping on this corner. I'll just push up now. What do we have there? An AI, okay. It was shooting at me, but not effectively. Got a full belt, so I'm ready. Put up there. AI again. You shouldn't completely discount AI because they can hit and will hit, but they're not as dangerous as a player would be. Now, we don't really need the capsule, so I'm not going to at the moment. What I'm going to do is dislodge these people around this corner. Or try to, at least. Because we have a pretty good map control at the moment, so I'm not worried about losing PNA. Gonna put my gunners on all targets again, so that all of my guns will open up. Just gonna mark him so I'm sure where he is. There he is. Yeah. Gonna throw some arty around there-ish. That's too far, he's closer, but I don't want to arty myself. Oh, he's going to push out, is he? And that's dead. I'm dead as well, but I'm going to be dead, so it should just keep pushing. I have nothing to lose, so just keep pushing. There we go. And that's my done for. 6 kills isn't bad. And game's over as well. That's usually how these kind of matches go. You rarely see full-on coastal matches at 2-3 anymore. Which is quite a shame, but it's just what it is. Yep. QD wants to join. There we go. I'm just going to wait for him to arrive. I'll do 2 more matches at this BR and then I'll play my frigates. I might actually even do the 3-7 frigates because I haven't played them in ages. Okay, there's QD. And he's ready. Off we go then. And now we just wait for the next battle. And there we go. Ireland Bay is a very nice map for this battle rating. It's also a tournament map, so I'm quite familiar with it. Though it has been a while. I think that'll do. Slightly rough seas, okay. Usually, funnily enough, rough seas usually means there's going to be more coastal vessels than blue water vessels in my experience. Because like the rough seas I had when I was playing 1710, you don't see that much in blue water. Really weird. Though the with the last update, I think they made weather a bit more varied in general. That might also just be it. Might just be me thinking things. Oh boy, we already. Oh, Schmipl, that's not a good sight. Speaking of tournament players. And he is in a 1-3k as well. Oh boy. He's around here-ish, so Artiot. Isn't Sten also a tournament player? Sten 77, the name is familiar. His bridge. If you see the entire hull blackened out but he's not dead, it means the bridge is the one you still have to hit. Also, that shell was really close to just hull breaking me. That RT shell. Schmipper has already claimed his first victim. I'm running low on shells, so I need to force a reload. Torpedo trails, and there we go. Okay, that's not good. My 40 got taken out. So I need to use the 25s. Aggressively, really, but even they are being taken out. Come on. Yep. All my guns were being taken out. I didn't have much of a choice. Okay. I'll take a Type K8. Because I do actually like this ship. But not because of the 76 in the front. I like it because of the positions of the 25s. Just He's going to RT around here-ish.
Destroy the target.
Or is it Schmidtblue on A? It is. Schmidtblue is on A. Okay. Quite a few people around, actually, in this match. Quite populated. Ooh, what do we have there? Brantford. They're not really that much trouble because they're relatively fragile. Schmidtblue is going to be a very big problem though. Yep, that's the one. That's the one. Because he is a killer in those kind of Russian vehicles. Aircraft up. It is a BF-110. Those are actually really dangerous. Also, I got the feeling, yeah, it's good. Guns were aiming high because I was locked onto the BF-110. That's why. Here I go. Come on, reload quicker. Plant again. There we go. 110 is not looking at me, so that's good. The 76 is not shooting because it's been knocked out. But it's dead. Good, good, good. That's not good. That's me at point blank. He's going to have depth charges. But I somehow survived that. Okay. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. That was lucky. Lucky that I survived that. That Brantford is just sitting there, isn't he? And they really don't have the survivability to just be sitting there doing nothing. Although the guns are pretty big, aren't they? This is a 4-inch gun? Something along those lines. Oh well. 13 mil is opening up on something, but I don't have the angle. Just need to keep going forward. Just need to keep going. What's that? It is not the biggest threat, but I do want it dead. Oh, it has automatic 37. It's actually quite a big threat, so it does need to die. Does need to die. It is there-ish, so I'm going to RT it. Ooh boy, that's an RT hit directly on my ship. That was a direct RT hit. Ooh boy. I need to stop that flooding first. Took out both my engines as well, which is not good. But that was a direct RT hit. Okay. Flooding is stopping. Oh, what's that? Is that the friend of the Brantford? It might have been. Oh, Frunze. Good kill. Excellent kill. Okay, I've regained my engines. Where is Schmidtblue though? Where is he? Because I think he is generally our biggest threat at the moment. But he's been sunk. Good, good, good. Very good. I'm going to try and make my way to A, but I'm slow, I'm low on health. And I'm massive. I need to go more bow in, because my frontal 25 does not have the gun arc. Okay, that yellow smoke was actually a bit of an obstruction there, QD. Bit of an obstruction. Not gonna lie. Go. Target left, SGB. My gun are not running down hard enough. Come on. There we go. We're fine. We're fine. Target front. It is a dark aggressor. It's fine. Going to repair my 13mm because it is actually quite an important gun on the rear. This is not a good time to be out of ammo. Go. We've got the turbine heading to A. Very nice. Some gunfire support. Okay. Smiplu again. I need him dead ASAP. Because he's actually dangerous. And there I go. Not a bad run in my K8. Definitely not a bad run. What do we have left? Our turbine somehow managed to avoid going to A. Interesting. So I am probably going to just go to A myself. Schmiplu should be out of ships. So he's no longer a surface threat, but he's definitely in an aircraft now. Oh boy. Also, one of the reasons why I'm not sure about this ship anymore is they've drastically changed the traverse speed of the triple 25mm mount. So they're really not as good as it used to be. Not as responsive as it used to be. Now, you couldn't fire forwards anyway in this ship, so I'm going to sit on this corner, I think. Maybe go around there. Right. Oh, that's not good. That's me dead. That is me straight dead. It's a Litchfield. Does Litchfield have the 20mm or is it a Barker? I do not remember. I need to get out of here again. Good. Good. Gonna smoke up just so the Litchfield doesn't get any ideas. They're on B, probably around there-ish. Going to art yet. And go to B, I guess. What are my spawn points like? I have enough spawn points to spawn in both of my aircraft. That's good. That is very good. Litchfield. I'm thinking... I'm really tempted to torpedo the Litchfield if I get my B6 instead of bomb it. Just because I like torpedo kills. So I may do just that. Although with a Firecrest I probably need my 0 more than anything. Never mind, Firecrest is down. Takari, okay. Schmiplu is in a mix 3, so yeah. My B6 wouldn't get through. I need my 0 first. Let's see if there's anything on B we can see. There isn't. But because of how this ship acts, I'm going to reverse onto B. That's just how this ship handles. Schmidt has been shot again. Good stuff. However, we still do not have B. There's still an enemy on it. Enemy's been sunk. Perfect. Litchfield is just encroaching. Getting closer and closer. And I think I might actually want to just suicide it with torpedoes. If he's going inside, which he seems to be. Do I have a torpedo mall on this thing? No, 72 kph is more than fast enough. I've got my arty again, but it's not yet necessary. Schmidt has gotten into another aircraft. Good to know. He seems to be flooding quite heavily. While still motoring along. I'm going to just launch a torpedo right there. I doubt it's going to hit, but might as well. Yeah, this is going to hit. Not if you keep speeding along like that. It's really odd behavior from this Litchfield, to be honest. It's not like he's that low. Oh, he's run aground. That means he's prime torpedo target. Now if I can get around, come on. One torpedo and just wait. And there he goes. That was really weird behavior from the Litchfield. Really weird. Can I make this turn? Looks like it. Yeah, looks like it. So up next I am going to cap A. Neutral is somewhere in the air. He's already used all 3 of his boat spawns, I'm sure of it. And he's in a float plane. He's in a float plane.
Attack the enemy.
It seems that Turbine is this time going to capture A. Surely, right? Right? Yes. Got a fight around C, but he's apparently not dealing with the MBR. Because it doesn't really seem like it needs to be dealt with. There we go. Game over. Good rewards. And another daily task done. I think, is it even... Yeah, there's another tier. But are all my ships rank 3? Hold on. Rank 3. Good. Because I get enough matches like that, this is going to go smoothly. QD is ready again, so off we go again. After this match, I'm probably going to go to my frigates. Probably. Okay, that was relatively quick. Ooh, no destroyers. At least I don't think this map can actually field destroyers. I've never had this map at this high of a BR. This is going to be interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm not actually too familiar with this map either. I've always been stuck on it in really slow boats, so I have never got the chance to really go around it. But this is interesting. Who do we have? Phoenix again? On our team. Candidate. This is 3-3, isn't it? Interesting, that's for sure. I didn't even know you could get this map at this IVBR. Very cool. The seas seem to be stable, so no problems with that, hopefully. Oh boy. Good luck. Gotta slow down, even though this guy is technically cutting me off, but oh well. There we go. Cute job. Oh, we have something big going around. Brantford. Actually, an artillery range as well. Oh boy, it is really a small map. Like my artillery covers all 3 points, which is unusual, to say the least. Also, I don't think I've ever played this map spawning north. I think I've always spawned down south on this map. Kinda need to keep my head on a swivel really with how small this is and how many boats there are. 2 kilometers is a bit far for these 40s, so I'm not going to deal with it just yet. 1 kilometer is really close though. But I'm in a bad spot. He's shooting the rear of my ship. Oh, the candidate should make short work of that thing, surely. Ooh, we have our big boy here. Yep, candidate make short work of the guy on the left, on the right, sorry. Now it's time for me to make short work of him. Though it seems he's already been critically damaged. Phew, didn't even get the kill for it. Oh well. An assist is more than good enough. He's still spawn protection, but is it going to wear off? It isn't in time. Oh, hello. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm sorry for this, but it is just you're still in spawn protection as well. I'm aiming too high. There we go. Loading. And I'm just going to back out of here. Why is he charging me? Oh, torpedoes, torpedoes, torpedoes. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, we're clear of torpedo threat, but I'm still right in front of the spawn, even though it really is not my intention. I just can't escape it. I think I can see why this map isn't seen that often in higher BRs. Because this is... I'm literally staring down their spawn and I'm not even trying to really. More torpedoes. I really don't want to be here, but I can't back up or I'm getting torpedoed. I'm sorry, Cringe. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. It really was not my intention. I didn't realize the spawns were this close. God. It really is my intention, man. It really isn't, but they just keep coming. Like, I just wanted to go around here and onto A, onto C, but apparently that's just their spawn. Now I can go to C. Ooh, Brentford. Big boy. Again, I am still staring down the spawn, but I'm just getting out of here. I'm not going to stay there for too long. Yeah, I'm surprised that we actually have two candidates on our team. Which isn't it like a 3 something or other? Or is it 2-7? Didn't remember.
We've captured most of the strategic zones.
Yeah, those aren't ships you usually see that many of. Let's go to use RT. 3-0, that's it. Still, we're in a 3-0 match, purely coastal? Don't see that often. Not at all. Oh, there's the one. That's an AI. Aircraft. Go. Got hit by something. Oh, it kind of is a 3-3. Oh boy. Yeah, it's a 3-3 match. That's purely coastal. You don't see that very often. I can't recall the last time I've ever seen a 3-0 match, 3-3 match that's purely coastal.
We have most of the zones.
They're captured B, but I have artillery range to B, so I'm just going to throw arty on it. Another aircraft up. I'll get to the rear 25 in on the action as well. I'll even slow down for you, come on, bomb me, I dare you. Or he's already dead. By the candid. I genuinely cannot remember last time I've had a purely coastal match at this kind of BR. Like 3-3 purely coastal is just nuts. Nuts to me. Then again, there's not actually that many 3-3s. Like we have a few. We had candidates. We had 2 candidates. What did the enemy team have at 3-3?
We've captured most of the strategic zones.
I don't remember. It's really weird. Yeah, not enough free crew, and there I go. Finally sunk. I'll fly a plane just for the fun of it. I'll take an 800 kilo bomb. Bomb delay of 1 second. There I go. I've got enough spawn points for almost both. Almost both. There's quite a few fighters around. I'm not even going to reach the battlefield before the game ends now that I see it. Yeah, no. There we go. That is an extremely odd match. But a good one to end for this BR, I think. So, frigates next. Do I want to do 3-7 or 3-3? There's a question. I think I want to do 3-7. Because I haven't played the Isuzu in ages. I've played Chicago way too much. So I think I'll do 3-7. Oh, decal. Nice. 3-3. Soon to be 3-7. So, Blue Water, not Blue Water, Coastal Fleet. Isuzu goes. That crew slot apparently, and Chidori. Do I really want to use a Chidori though is the question. I really don't like that ship. I'm not going to use a Chidori. Shonan is more than good enough. So who do I replace for aircraft? I think Ikazuchi and Chikuko are going to be replaced for aircraft. And since we're going to 3-7, we have quite a few more choices. The B7 is a good choice. But let's see what we have over in this crew slot. Or master crew. Not an awful lot. Bunch of land fighters, that's right, that's my land fighter line, this is my bomber line. So I guess I'll put the B7 here. No, I'll put the B7 here because I want to use it in the lineup with Chicago maybe. I'll put the B7 here. B7, where are you? There it is. Put you there. And what will I replace the Chicago with? Probably a fighter, really. A 0 of some sort. What do we even have at the PR? E6M2 is not a bad one, so I'll take the E6M2. I'm not going to upgrade their crews because it'll be fine. And that'll be it, I think. QD seems to be able to follow. Now, ideally, you'd actually bring a destroyer along as well. Like a 3-7, but I don't have any 3-7s. And to be honest, I'd take the Isuzu over the Mitsuki anyways, or even the Shonan. I'll be fine like this. PJ2s for fast caps too. Okay, let's see what we can do with that. The problem you have though when you go to this kind of BR is that you'll sometimes get into maps that just do not suit frigates. Frigates are ships you want to fight coastal vessels with. So if you find yourself in a map where the destroyer spawn is literally on the other side of the map from blue water, from coastal vessels, it's next to impossible to play them properly. But I'll try. I'll try. There we go. Found a battle pretty quickly. This is a decent map because it's very small. This is a decent map for a frigate. As well, we can choose a closer. Can we? We can't choose a spawn, so we have to hope we spawn down here. So I furiously click on this, hoping. I don't want HE. That's not the primary shell type. And HEVT will be more than good enough. Look at that. No, I'm not taking those torpedoes. You can forget it. Nope. So, go. I did spawn at the close spawn. Perfect. Churchill SKR7, that's a 4-3. We put up tiered. That 25, isn't that a 4-7? I think we've been fully up tiered. Also not a map you see that often at this high of a BR then. Ideally, I'd actually go behind here and get into fights with the coastal vessels. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to slow down. That is Churchill Pass. Pass behind it. Why does my rocket launcher not have any rockets? Do you actually... Oh, yeah. Do you have to actually pick them with you now? Because if so, that's new. I have to check this out. Churchill has paused, so we can now pause behind him. A few pot shots against the G5. No, they're not going to hit. Most likely. I don't want to go in front here, because my ship is actually large enough that enemy destroyers will just see me and shoot me if I just go behind in front of this island. So I'm going to go behind it and massive coastal vessels. Hopefully. That's a American destroyer, Clemson class of some sort. Is it all they have, destroyer-wise? Surely not. Because we have 4 7s. Oh, there's a not a Frunze, the premium one, the Courage. They had a Z-15 apparently. Oh, he's on our team now. Cringe is on our team now. That's good. Premium. Ooh, an Alvin. That's 4-0. Let's give him a few shots. I'm probably going to be undershooting, am I? Because I'm turning away from them. Guns are overheating, I can stop now. Getting a few hits in, but they're a bit too high. Oh well. Again, my priority is not fighting destroyers. The other destroyers can do that. My priority is to mess with some coastal vessels. And if needed, close quarter engage destroyers. If needed. Those are probably rockets being fired.
We are losing.
Really, I should have actually taken the torpedoes because they're really good knife fighting weapons. Really good close range knife fighting weapons, yeah. Although 44 kph is really slow. At least the Chicagos go a bit faster. Okay, now I'm in a good position to back up this order for attacking A, whilst also being safe from most of the destroyers. So that's really what I want to do. Also, I see the aircraft incoming. I'll switch to HEVT. Because AP is what I want to use against destroyers. No questions asked. But HEVT is good enough against most coastal vessels too. But it's definitely a priority for attacking an aircraft too. And for some reason... There we go. Radar lock. Wait a bit. We have to adjust for our trajectory, and there we go. I think, yep, there we go. Long range. Like, these 76s, while small caliber, have very good velocity. Very good velocity. I am going to switch back to my AP, just in case. Never know if you face a Russian armored riverboat, and you really need to kill it. In my Chicago, I would generally be a bit more aggressive, but it's also a lower BR, so... Then again, you can get matches like this as well. It really depends on the map what you have to do. Like, if the coast is clear to, in cover, go to a cap and hold it, then go to the cap. If you can't, really just stay in cover, stay away from the destroyers, and mess around with anything else. Planes, coastal vessels, maybe the odd destroyer that doesn't know what it's doing. But in general, just always pick on a guy weaker than you in a frigate. I'm hearing machine guns pop off me. I'm not sure who this that was. I'm hearing machine guns ping off me, and is it this guy next to me? It is. What is the order shooting at? Friends, I believe.
Our victory is near.
Oh, see, I can't deal with K2s. I don't have enough pen to deal with them. That's not good. What else is there that I can kill? Coastal vessel. Never mind. Oh boy, SKRs. I do not want to fight SKRs. Okay then. Ready ammo exploded. That doesn't happen often. Does not happen often. Now's the issue. I don't really have any good backup, do I? My Shonan doesn't have any kind of sap, so I don't really want to use it. It's all bad fight. I'll take the torpedoes just in case. And I think now's the time I probably should fight for C, shouldn't I? But I still want to be in cover, so I'll hide behind this island. There's also an aircraft approaching again. Franz Litchfield is closer, so it's going to be a better target. These 76s, I can actually aim low enough. I can actually hit what I want to hit. Cannon will do damage to destroyers. Just go for the engines. I'm aiming too low now. There we go. Of course it helps that my teammates are shooting me as well. And genuinely, with the crews I have, I'm not afraid to just shoot until my guns jam. Because it does not take that long for them to unjam, and you might as well just keep shooting more. Low. Just keep shooting. Sure, one or two of the guns will jam, but usually you can just keep shooting. There we go. Can deal with that thing, although I need to be careful of the aircraft as well. What is that? An SPD. I think I want to deal with the Alwyn first. Never mind. Load the HVT, just in case that guy has thoughts of coming towards me. But it doesn't look like it. Yeah, it's one of the mine ones. With no real air threat left, that SPD doesn't have any ordnance. I think I only carry one mine. I think that's now out of range. The 76s do not have enough plan to deal with the K2, I think. But I might as well risk it. Risk it for the biscuit. Go. I'm doing some kind of damage. There goes the front gun, that's good. Rear gun and just keep shooting. I don't care if it says my guns are jammed, because I can still keep shooting. Of course he's going to start shooting back, but frigates are surprisingly tanky. turrets. That will stop me from firing, but it should be quick to repair. Lost. Okay, now my rear gun's fully jammed. So that's a bit of a problem. But I got my front gun back up. And just keep shooting. Just keep shooting. He's low, but I'm going to retreat because I need to cool these guns off a bit. Going to retreat. Let guns cool down a bit so I can have a more continuous stream of fire. Front ammo has been injured a bit, so I need to be careful. Okay, guns have been cooled down sufficiently. Full charge ahead. Ooh. Never mind. Got a new target. Never mind, he's already dead. There's an aircraft up apparently, so I need to deal with this K2 now. But still afloat. He's showing more broadside to me than he used to, so I'm just now going to go for crew compartments. Crew compartments and maybe the turrets, but it's not necessary. This is a bit of a mistake. I'm a bit too broadside on, but I'll just keep going. Yeah, just keep going. Just keep going. Gonna let the guns cool down a little bit because that Alvin is not shooting at me with his main gun, so I'm not too worried. 20 mils can damage me, but they're not going to kill me. Not at this rate, at least. Okay, guns cool down a bit. And I'm going to continue shooting. Got his ready ammo for one of his guns. Perfect. There goes all of his main guns. Turning broadside is not gonna help you, it's going to make it worse because now you can shoot your engines. There we go. Aircraft up. That's, to be honest, aircraft are probably the biggest threat to this ship because I don't have any anti-aircraft gunners. And it's a large ship. There's multiple aircraft incoming actually. Oh boy. Come on, lock on. There we go. 5 kilometers, okay. Need to adjust for the fact that I'm moving sideways. Giving it too much lead apparently. Ooh, those were close, but 76mm VT is not going to really be that good. Getting damage off. Also, this is dangerous now because he's clearly targeting me. There we go, a crit. There we go, there we go. Kill. It's a Fritz Axe. I'm not too worried about it. I'm not too worried about it. Because he needs to be in constant control. Although it still acts as a dummy bomb if he's not in control of it. I have HAV2 loaded, I can deal with this guy. Have I hit him at least? Turning broadside does not help you, my man. Turning broadside does not help you. Yeah, that's... yeah. I thought he was... I thought by slowing down I would have dodged it, but apparently I should have just kept going full speed. Oh well, I'm going to take a B7. I'm going to see if there's any targets for me to bomb. There's still aircraft up by the looks of it. Nice. We have a guy around A, so I'm going to deal with him first, I think. Because he's isolated and he's behind my friendly. I'm gonna open the bomb bay. Now it has been quite a while since I dive bombed, so I'm probably not going to hit. Also, the B7 can also level bomb. But I don't know what the target is. It's a problem. I don't know what it is. Is it the Frunze I saw earlier? Because I saw Frunze going down that side. QD, there's going to be a patrol vessel capping B behind you. I'm looking up. I have. That's the SKR, isn't it? That's going to be the SKR. It is. He's not moving, so bomb away. And getting out of dodge. That looks good. There's a 1 second delay. There we go. There we go. I was lucky that it was an I was kind of lucky that it was an SKR and he was not looking at me. Because as Isuzus, they don't have any secondary guns you can use for anti-air. So if you see his main guns firing at another target, they're not firing at you. The thing is, we're losing B now. And then we're still holding on. Me killing the SKR was actually pretty good. I luckily have air brakes. I didn't know the airfield was this close. And the air brakes on the B7 are really effective. So now it's just a smooth landing. Bit of a bounce, but I will. Yeah, I'm just going to be flying around now. If that's actually going to do any good or not is a question, though. The thing is, I don't have any destroyers on my lineup, so at best I could take a PGO2 and maybe Cap A. But PR2 is 6M on the prowl, I'm not going to try that. Ooh, okay. One in the grass. B, that's not good. QD doesn't have any spawns left.
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
Stop capturing B. I don't actually see what's in B. A is not clear, something's approaching it. Got a few destroyers around there. Oh, there's the boat capturing B. Got a few destroyers left here. What's with all these puddles? Kind of confusing me.
Zones are under enemy's control.
That's a bot. That's an AI. That's a player bot, so that's not going to do any capping. That's an actual AI, so that's not going to do any capping either. Oh well. We might be in a bit of trouble, actually. I'm not going to approach that with this plane, because that's just AI anti-air hell by the looks of it. I'm going to 20 mil those targets. Gonna deploy my air brakes so I don't compress too much. I'm gonna try and 20 mil this guy. There we go. We've got a few destroyers up here. PR2 is 6. There we go. But that was to be expected. He does have 2 different gunners, so one of them can be on anti-air duties. I'm never going to be fast enough to undo the caps, but I'm going to try. Play the PG2. Of course, spawn facing the wrong way. I wanted to go to A. But yeah, that's going to be it. Yep.
We've lost, but next time, victory will be ours.
too bad of a match, really. Not too bad. Did I actually make a profit from that though? Because I seem to remember that this is quite pricey. I did, but yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing. Ooh, decoration, nice. The frigates. That is per belt, I think. The thing is, you replenish belts. As soon as you fire a single shell out of the belt, you have to replenish the entire thing. And since I fire 4 belts at once, that's basically 10k, or that's 10k silver lines for every like full belt from the Isuzu. And that's quite pricey. Not too bad. But yeah, frigates can be quite pricey. But we'll go for one more. Then there's the repair cost too, yeah. 16, almost 16,500 for the Isuzu. I mean, it's not a bad ship, really. The frigates are really not that bad of a ship. But they require... I wouldn't know if I put them equal to like a destroyer of the same BR. On this map, I am going to spawn the PGO2 first. I am going to do that. Because this is really annoying to get into with blue water ships. So I might as well spawn the PGO2 first. Full match. It is always nice. Well, it's nice and also incredibly dangerous. See, this is one of the reasons why I never suggest bringing just a reserve with you wherever you go, wherever BR you play. Because that reserve is now going to see what happens when you don't, you know, just purposely up there yourself. They don't stand a chance. So if you want to take coastal vessels with you with blue water lineups, I suggest you do that actually, but don't bring a reserve. Bring something a bit more competent than reserves, because reserves usually don't last too long. As you can see, there's another one, cleverly hiding. There's a lot of coastal vessels in this match. But again, I do not recommend it. I do not recommend you bring low BR vessels into higher BR matches. Because if you run into a PT boat that is of the correct BR, you are not going to have a good day. Go. Though I think those are actually 3-3s as well, so... Oof. An SKR-7. Yep. Not fun. For some reason this ship has smoke grenade launchers, but they're just... They're not the best. Am I'm flooding for some reason at the same time. Yeah, I'm almost dead now, so I don't want that SKR to see me again. So I'm just going to stay right here, defending A. He respawned in the PT6 after what I've done to him. Okay. Sure thing, pal. I get the feeling there genuinely are still people out there that think that the reserve coastal vessel and the reserve blue water vessel are the same BR, but they're not. Don't make that mistake. Please don't. Alright. No problem, cutie. Hello there. Like, why did he not shoot me? He came all the way around there, saw me, and just didn't shoot me. Why? Just shoot me. I was low health.
Another zone captured, we have the advantage.
Oh look, we have there, second spawn in the reserve. I'm going to wait a bit for his spawning mortality to wear off. And he's dead. Like, what? Do they expect things to just change? Because I'm not going to move away from here, because there's an SKR around the corner of this island, so I'm not going to move away. Just going to move because I was beached, apparently.
Keep it up and victory will be ours.
Yeah, he left. Did he spawn 3 times in the PT6? That's the guy in the Italians that I just messed up. Poor guy. Yeah, now I just sit here. And wait for more prey.
Thank you very much.
The PGO2 is a really good coastal vessel for 3-3. The only problem is you can't deal with destroyers with it. You don't have any explosive armament of the sort, so you're just hoping you won't get a destroyer in your face. So funnily enough, this boat is a motor torpedo gunboat, even though it doesn't have any torpedoes. Do not ask me how that works. Technically it should have anti-ship missile tubes around here, around the back, pointing up. That's what these mountings are for, I think. But for obvious reasons we don't have anti-ship missiles in the game. I think, is it a destroyer on B? Oh, it's cringe in the... It was you in the SKR-7? Okay then. Okay then. That does not make me a happy man.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
Could throw Arty on him, couldn't I? Yes. Very POG gaming. For some reason a lot of coastal vessels spawned this match, so I abused it a little bit. Oh boy. And the gun's jammed, there we go. Bully. Very big bully. Yep. I should really play my own SKR-7, but I don't Yeah, I do have a lineup around it now with the squares, don't I? I should actually play the SKR-7 someday. Because I have it myself, I just never really played it. Yep, no problem, kitty. I'll see you another time. Now what to do? Don't really have any targets at the moment, so I should probably swap to ET for aircraft uses. But that guy is still outside of my radar range. Is it a float Heinkel 1? Heinkel 51? That's a bit brave. That's not really a threat, so I should probably swap back to AP. Everything I want to shoot at just dies immediately. From other causes. I've been having more. The thing is, I only really play them when we have the task events like Operation Summer or Operation Winter. And that's when I really play them. Because for some reason, yeah, you don't see that many people in destroyers then, because you have to be rank 3 and above. So you tend to see a lot of coastal vessels and what is? Just they do better when those events come around. Because my Chicago is, I think, my most played ship at the moment. Having a lot of fun fighting reserves with it then. The 3.7s, yeah. The Isuzu is a bit... Yes, 3.7 is not that good of a PR. Then again, 3.3 is not that good either. If you're constantly getting fully up there like I am, then it's not going to be too good either. I should stop saying either, I've been saying it too much. This map is also incredibly annoying. It's really difficult in this map to enter the B and A area in a blue water vessel. Like, successfully enter and hold it is really difficult. Chicago is my most played ship, in general. Because I've been abusing it in realistic battles for the Operation Summer and Winter events. I've got a lot of games in it. I'll show you after this match. Aircraft warning. It's the... Oh no, that's not... It's not coming towards me. I'm fine. It's not coming towards me, so I'm fine. It's something there. is an aircraft approaching again. It's a Hankel 51, I'm not too worried about it. Can I get through here? Kind of doubt I can, but I could try it. I'm not going to be able to. No, that rock is way too high. Can maybe squeeze around here, maybe. Just about. Actually, I am. Yeah, I'm going to make it through. Okay, that is bold. Very bold. But not exactly something I'd advise you do. Oh boy. The thing is, I know there's an SKR around this corner and I can't do anything against it. It out DPMs me easily. Easily. Oh, God, these are really bad torpedoes, man. How did I not knock out that front turret? Excuse me? There we go. Can I survive that? I can. But those rockets pack a punch, man. Can I survive the flooding though is the question. Should be able to. I'm not going to be... Come on. Come on. Yes, I can survive it. I think if I stopped deflooding, yeah, it still pumps out, so I'm fine. Jesus. I should be able to make it on time to be. Should be able to. Seems like something is... Isn't there something on A? Or is it just it's above A? Damn. That's not good. Got a few people with me at least. Yeah. I usually focus on the guns because I just... The rocket, you can't take out the rockets in any kind of timely fashion. At all. But those rockets are sometimes the more deadly weapon, really. I need to focus on capping and not actually... Come on. We've got people running into A, so I don't have to worry about that at the moment. So I can focus this guy a bit. I need to activate my radar again, just for... I'm a bit worried about hostile aircraft because of the fact that this thing does not have any anti-aircraft gunners. I need to be very careful.
Another zone captured, we have the advantage.
Loading the VT because there's an aircraft approaching. And I was expecting that, really. You can piss off. Politely. I am going to die because it's P8. If you drop this bomb, that is. I'm not seeing any other blips on the radar, which you can actually pick up bombs on the radar and stuff. But I think, was that it? Don't know. I forgot to actually switch my ammo types yet. So the rear gun needs to reload as well, but the front gun is now in action. Both guns are now in action. These heavily angled, so I'm probably not going to do any meaningful damage, and game over. Lovely. Decent rewards. Yeah, I just got it last match. I just got the Matilda last match. Wasn't even aware there wasn't an event on where I could get it. Don't worry, Cringe. It's that's what happens when somebody you know is on the enemy team and is live streaming his very position. I was going to check out my most played ships, wasn't I? So let's just reset that, and we want Coastal and Blue Water. And yeah, there you go. Chicago, my most played ship. By quite a margin. Quite a margin. How do I have that many games in a Fairmount D of all ships? But yeah. Mostly Japanese ships, but that's to be expected. Do I continue on this PR? I think I'll do one more because I do want to actually play the Shonan and see if I can actually get a good map for it. And then I'll go down to do 3 again. I don't have a guide on Enduring Confrontation, but I have played both the realistic and the arcade variant in a stream a while ago. This is actually not too bad of a map for the Shonan because you can get in close, but the BR is probably going to be a bit worse. Garland, Ayanamis 4-0. 4-3. 4-7. We'll up there again. What I would recommend though, if you're new to Naval EC and you don't know what to do, if you've managed to join the match at the beginning, wait for the convoy to spawn and then spawn next to the enemy or friendly convoy, whatever it is, and then work from there. Also, I recommend playing in squads. I recommend having some friends that play Naval as well. When you play EC, it's a very boring match to play on your own. The other thing to think about for EC is you have carriers to destroy. You first need to spot them and then you can sink them. So don't just shoot at a carrier and you see, I think you need to be within 6 or 8 kilometers, was it? And then you spot the carrier, then you can shoot it and sink it. You can also spot it with an aircraft, so that's useful. What else? The harbors have nets, torpedo nets around them, I think. Though I don't know where they're actually located. Then you also have... what was it? Yeah, before you can capture an enemy harbor, you need to destroy all of the coastal artillery. You need to make sure there's no enemies in there as well. So yeah. And you have to aim weird against coastal artillery. But I'll maybe explain it another time. Yep, exactly, Ange. Exactly. Can't fire in or out of it. There's various objectives you have to do. The sinking of the carrier is one, sinking the convoy is another, capturing harbors. Yeah. Oh boy. All of the guns, so they have less stuff shooting at me. Okay.
Destroy the target.
Yeah.
Take him down.
Yeah, when you have to protect a port, it's really difficult, especially if there's battleship squads. I both like enduring confrontation and dislike it for the kind of gameplay you get in it, because if you have a good push and you can stay with that push, it can be really fun. You see, but if you die and then you have to try and rejoin that push, you never do. It just takes ages. I don't know. It can be fun, but I think it could be better. Somehow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly, because it snowballs. That's the problem with spawn points in Naval, it snowballs. Because if one ship gets the battleships earlier, and gets into better positions with battleships, they can prevent the enemy team from getting battleships altogether by just killing them over and over and over again because they're in better positions.
Destroy the target.
I'm not going to be able to fight off a K2. Lubeck. Too many of those.
Attack the A point. Somebody attack him.
Oh, I lost both of my front main guns. Okay then.
We're ahead of the enemy.
Yeah. Back on the topic of frigates, in normal matchmaking they're really not all that great. They're not useless, but they're just a normal destroyer usually does better. I'm not mag because I'm going to be ending at midnight and I do not want to play for another 3 hours after that. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to play this weekend at all. EC. Unless I do it tomorrow during the day. I might do an EC match, but at night, nah. I would recommend, if you ever want to actually try and grind high tier coastal, do it during Operation Summer and Winter. You'd be surprised how well that actually goes. Now, can I deal with a Lubeck? Perfect. Perfect distraction.
A little more effort and victory will be ours.
That is actually one of the coastal vessels I really want, is the German Köln and Lübeck frigates. But it's just I'm not the biggest fan of the German coastal tree.
We have most of the zones.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because of their high rate of fire. And their dangerous rockets. The rockets are sometimes really important armaments for these frigates. But again, I like if you're facing genuinely 3-3 matches, the 3-3 frigates are very good vessels. I have held my own against Clemson's, Mitsuki's, Frunze's in the Chicago a lot, especially around Operation Winter and Summer. It's just that they don't do well in up tiers at all.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
And they're top tier ships, they're really expensive, to spade, whilst you're facing almost an endless horde of cheap destroyers which are vastly better than you. Oh, that was an actual player, oh boy. Oof. Like, if a frigate actually gets into a match where it's just coastal vessels, it dominates. Because that's what they do, they are really good ships. It's just that when compared to destroyers, they're often outshined.
Just keep it up, and victory will be ours.
Those guns are firing quite out of alignment. It's dead. Okay then. It's definitely on my to-do list to actually grind the American coastal tree at some point. Because I'm actually quite curious about the Hokkyo myself as well. I've seen it once or twice. To great effect. God damn it, the one time I actually didn't... Oh well. It is what it is. You know, yeah, the Yubari is not a very beginner friendly ship, but it's not that bad of a ship. Genuinely, it is not that bad of a Japanese 4-7. And I'll gladly play a match on it to show you. Do we have any insulate targets? Got something over there. It seems worthy of an 800 kilo bomb. I'll play a match in the Yubari because why not? I like the ship anyways. It's not that I really have anything to grind on my Japanese coastal tree anyways. The game's going to be over before I get to this ship, whatever it is. How many... Is that 5 shells? Looks like 5 shells. It is 5 shells. Now, I must admit, I like the Yubari a lot. But it is kind of dependent on the map and matchmaking, because that thing in a full up tier, you're done. But this, why did I have this lineup for it? The 4.7 premium lineup. But I'll just quickly play a battle in the Yubari. Because I wouldn't recommend it to new players, because it is a bit of a weird ship, but it is not that bad of a ship. And at rank 3, it's alright place. Now, will I get a full up tier, or will I actually face 4750? Because I'm pretty much guaranteed to face 5-0. I don't think I'm going to ever face a pure 4-7 match in the Yubari. But anything higher than 5-0 can be a bit of a problem. And after this, I'll return to 2.3 then. Coraline. Oh, this is a really bad map to show the Yubari. But I can try. Because this map only has one spawn point for cruisers and it's miles away from anything. I'm going to go around here and try to get to C then BA and see what happens. But this is a really bad map. 5-0 as I expected. 5-7 full up tier. Lovely. So a bad map and a full up tier. Well, we'll see what we can do. Oh, lag. I know. I'm sorry. Are you in the match? You are in the match. Lovely. Well, up there. Although majority 5-0 on my team, but I actually don't like seeing that. But they're probably bot. Oh boy, this is not going to end well. We have Kuma and Mag probably here that are actually players. The go-to premium ship I recommend is either the premium Mitcher that I keep forgetting the name of, or the Moffat. The American destroyers are really good. Most premium destroyers are good. It's just I'd more recommend the trees themselves. Like the American, the German, and the Russian tree are pretty solid. With my preference going to, I think, the Americans over the Russians. But it's like either the Russians or the Americans are really good beginner trees. Then I'd place the Germans behind them, the British behind the Germans, then Japanese, and then actually I'm not sure Japanese then Italians.
Allied forces forces have captured a zone. I'm sorry!
The frigates. Did I run aground, really? Ugh. The frigates. What coastal tree is the best then is the question. Did I really run aground on this? Oh boy. Yeah, I think the German destroyers are more beginner friendly than the British. Though can be a bit close, actually. Which I'm thinking which tree is the smoother grind to go all the way to frigates, and it might be the Russians as well, because the Russians have a very solid coastal tree. And of course one of the best, if not the best, coastal ships in general. The PR-206 and the SKRs are excellent ships. The Americans are not that fun to grind through. The Italians, funnily enough, are probably also one of the better coastal trees out there. Zata is an absolute gem, even though her BR is quite high. Although I still have to get my hands on the Italian Albatross. But I'd suggest if you want to get to good top tier ships, go with Russia. Especially for coastal, go for Russia. And there's a Moffat all the way over there, so I'm actually going to try and shoot it. The main problem with Yubari is it's very slow turret reverse. So if you're close range, I just forget about the rear turret. I completely forget about it, I just go nose in and use the front turret only. Like, I wouldn't put the British tree too far below the Germans. But they're kind of close, and I enjoyed the... Okay then, thank you P-47 for the nice flyby. I enjoy the German destroyers more than the British, but neither of them are really bad. I'm assuring you that we will see Sovietsky Soyuz for the Russian Blue Waters. I'm certain of it. I'd be surprised if they didn't. That's an Atlanta, I don't really want to mess with that, so I'm just not going to shoot it. I'm just not going to shoot the Atlanta. That's a destroyer. So let's wait for the turrets to go around. Fire a salvo. I'm being shot at. Not by the Atlanta, but by something else. Belfast. That's all good. Cover is really in front of me. But that Belfast is probably going to tear me apart before I can get into it. We'll just have to hold. Don't be afraid. The Atlanta has now locked onto me. That's the bigger problem. So what we do now is just sail into cover, not prepare anything other than flooding and fires, and fight back as much as we can. I kind of want to go nose in, but with a knocked out bridge it's going to be difficult. Because the Yubari is surprisingly tough. For what kind of ship it is. Yeah, I'm not in a good position, but I'm not going to repair. I'm not into cover yet, I'm not going to repair that engine. Just a little bit further. The Atlanta has switched fire, which is good for me. Because he has bigger problems to worry about apparently. Atlanta's down. Perfect. The thing about the Japanese light cruisers, Yubari included, they're not as much cruisers as they are just bigger destroyers. So you need to consider them as destroyers. So they're a bit slower, a bit bigger, and have somewhat more potent guns.
Another zone captured, we have the
So your prime target are other destroyers, and if necessarily, just fight the enemy cruisers that are shooting you, but don't go looking for a fight with enemy cruisers, because it doesn't usually end well. I'm in cover now, mostly. There's a destroyer over there, which I assume is going to be a Moffat or something similar. So I am going to shoot it. Because the one... oh, it is a Smelly or a PR-30 of some sort. The 140mm gun is not that bad. If you consider it as a destroyer, right? It's not a bad gun for destroyers. Of course, for a light cruiser it's a bit underpowered, but it's alright. Now you just take them apart one by one. Shoot at the people not shooting you and just keep going. They do have, of course, 6.5 kilometers is not exactly long range. But it's, you know, it's a decent arc for that kind of range. The reload is not too bad either, but of course I do have 100% cruise. Shooting, I think.
Attack the B point.
Also, when it comes to sap shells, you have two kinds of sap shell. Take the one with the better penetration, always, because you'll need it. Believe me, you'll need that penetration. The reload does slow down a lot when you go through the ready ammo, so you do have to take that into account. But the easiest solution to that is usually just hold your fire for a bit, let the ready Rex reload. Because, again, you need to get into cover. That's your priority. Get into cover, get into a decent overview position, and just wait. Just wait for the enemy to push into you. Gonna load the HE. They're going to miss. Not enough lead because he sped up. I thought he was going to slow to a halt. So I was waiting for that. Though he's still within my gun sight, so... and he's been annihilated. One good thing about the Yubari though is that it does have decent anti-air for a British ship. For a Japanese ship, sorry. So you can actually kind of rely on it. Oh yeah. It all depends very much on playstyle. I don't particularly care for winning or losing. My objective in battle is just survive as long as possible whilst also dealing damage. Yeah. Japanese ships aren't very aggressive ships. They're much more backline ships.
Enemy forces have captured a zone. Destroy the target.
Though, and that's what I'm going to do to this Davis now, you can push with them. If you know when and where to push with them. Because again, I do not care about my rear turret. The gun traverse is too slow, and for maneuvering sakes, I do not care about my rear turret. If I can get my rear turret on target, all the better. If I can't, no problem. 140 mils is more than enough at close range. And again, I'm letting my ready rack reload, so I'll have higher fire rate. There are two destroyers here, PR-30. Where did the Davis go? He's right there. Now, you do need to have the knowledge to know how to quickly deal with these kind of ships. Davis is based off the Somers, so it has a very vulnerable ammo rack in the front and in the rear of the ship. So I just need to wait for it to go around the corner and shoot it right in the ammo. I think it's already exposed enough, so I'm going to try one. It's a bit too far forward and my dispersion was not helping me. It is a Davis, so it does have the ammo rack vulnerability. That's better. Still Barely missed it. Rear ammo is easier to hit, so I'm going to go for that. Hit the island, no problem. Just gonna wait a bit more. He does not have torpedoes because his torpedo racks are not swiveling. So there's no torpedo threat, I can push. Those shells were too high. Those should be good. There we go. And now I just keep going. I was also lucky that this Davis seemingly wasn't really aware of what he's doing because he didn't shoot me once. But that's my luck. We should probably push on to B, so I'm going to now turn around. There's another destroyer around there, but I'm not too concerned about it. There's a light cruiser over there as well, okay. They're not bad. The American torpedoes are not bad at all. I had the same problem, Whiskey. I had the same problem where I started really getting into naval with the Japanese ships. And then going from their high velocity guns to the American 5-inch guns, this was really something to get used to. But nowadays, sadly, the Japanese destroyer guns don't do any damage. Because they only have high explosive. So now... we don't really have map control, but we need to push on to B, so that's what I'm going to do. Going to back up my pal here, though he's getting shot at by an Omaha.
Take him down.
I am going to just push. If I take fire, I take fire. But again, I'm using the maximum amount of cover I can, dealing with the threat at hand. Always keeping an eye out for whatever could be around the corner when I go around it. Oh yeah, I mean... what is it? Yeah, I mean the torpedoes on the American ships really are not that bad, but... if the risk of detonating them is a bit too high for you, yeah, don't bring them. That is an Atlanta, that's dangerous, so what we do is just don't piss it off, don't shoot at it. We're just going to keep going, our objective is B.
Attack the B point.
Yes, that's the objective. There's several aircraft up, so we need to be careful too. But again, the Atlanta is preoccupied and we want to keep it that way, so we don't want to shoot him. We should have enough time to make it onto B, and it seems as if there's an ally closing in on A as well. Oh! Who was it? I didn't catch it in time, did I? Yeah, that's the wrong button. I've set up some stream overlay stuff, but because I only have one screen, I'm not actually able to catch who it was, but thank you for subscribing anyways. It's the Atlanta still. Again, we do not want to piss off the Atlanta, so we're not going to shoot the Atlanta. We might piss it off when we actually get into B. I need to scout for more targets. There's a destroyer over there. It's a American 8 gun, but he's a bit out of range. There we go. Anyways, thank you for subscribing. Helps. I've set up that stream overlay to have a bunch of like battle noises. So that ding was one of them, of course. Okay, that's concerning. I've also got the torpedo warning and the bomb whistle, but they're for different functions entirely. And you'll just have to discover them, I guess. That's an American 8-gun DD. We know what to do with those. We shoot the rear. That's just a graphical bug, so I don't really care. That reload is just... sometimes it happens. Nothing to be worried about. Slightly too far forward. Knocked out his engines. We're in B. I need to be careful. Put my gunners on everything. There we go. Another detonation on Moffat. Put my gunners on all targets, just in case we see a coastal vessel. Hello there. And we're in B. There we go. That's why I put my gunners on all targets. There is actually a coastal vessel right there. He's been destroyed by mag. Okay. Another destroyer. Nah, that's an aircraft. That's a B-26. I'm not too worried about B-26s. I'm more worried about like the really big bombs. That's a destroyer. I can fight a destroyer without too much of a problem. But that's what I'm going to do. Fight him. Ideally I'd actually be angled, but because of the route I had to take in here, I can't really be angled. But it should still be fine. That destroyer doesn't seem too preoccupied with me. So not being angled isn't too much of a problem.
Keep it up and victory will be ours.
B-26 is dead. Perfect. And it should be game soon. Can I get this kill before the match ends? That I can. That I can.
Well done.
And there we go. It might also just be my luck with the Yubari, because I really enjoy the vessel. It is not the best, but it works for me. You just have to think of it as a very big destroyer. And then it does miracles for you somehow. But now, back to 2.3. Some actual coastal gameplay. Yeah, I think I'll just do this now. More 2.3. I should really spade my Congo at some point, but I want to wait for more Japanese ships. I'm not that much of a fan of battleships anyways. No, Halo. No. No. Just no. No. Though, theoretically I could do it pretty easily, as long as there's a coastal vessel. Shouldn't be too hard. Because what you do is you just overestimate the range, aimed lower than you would, and then just hit it right. Just hit it right where it should be. Boy, it's already almost 11:30. Probably 2 more matches, 2 or 3. And then it'll be the end of the stream. What's that thing? I mean, it's really like Battle Station Pacific. I think was a bit before my time, so I never really played it. I'll take the K3. Oh, really? Oh, but with a triple 25 at the front as well, then. Yeah, the T-51B is a bit sad ship, especially now with the nerfed rotation speed of triple 25s. Nice. Yeah, that would be a very nice ship, having a triple 25 at the front. Of the T-51B. Yeah, 333, that's to be expected. Like, as soon as you go 2-3 and above, you'll see destroyers. There's just no question about it. So you better have ships that can deal with them too. Yeah, I would love to see more coastal, like, although, yeah, I'd just love to see more ships. More ships the better. Although it just makes my backlog of videos even bigger. Do we see any targets around here? Just going to throw RT on A because I believe the enemy is going to capture it soon. Oh, what do we have here? VDF-7. Typical. Knocks out the 40mm immediately, but it's just a 2-second repair. So we just continue shooting it.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Ooh, what now there? Just keep reversing the ship. Keep reversing. I don't think this guy's going to kill me. Not with how little crew damage he's actually doing. There we go. Isn't there actually a Japanese landing craft with like a ridiculous big recoilless rifle on it or something? I think some of them had some kind of armament, didn't they? If it'd be any use in the game, that's something else though.
The enemy is winning.
For mercy.
They do have a very nice aesthetic though, these landing ships. Those landing craft. May have a bit more than I could chew, really. That's why we reverse, and that's why we stay behind cover. Although, yeah, it's the end of me. There we go. Didn't really expect to last that long. Now, do they have a destroyer, or should I capture C? Let's take tracers and let's take ground targets, because that's probably what I'm going to be using more. The 60 kilos are No, I'll just take him. Rather have him than not have him. I'll just go off and capture C. It seems our two pilots and destroyers are already on the way. Enemy aircraft up. I can deal with that. Hello there. What is that? Oh, whatever it is attacking our destroyers. I didn't kill our destroyer, so not too worried. But I am going to intercept it. If I can get there, that is. Either a duck or a BF-110 is what I want to say. Why are they sticking so close to each other? They're just asking to be bombed. Was it FC-20? Okay. Just going to say affirmative. And that's okay, yeah. Why did they stick so close to each other? I do have my ground target bolts equipped, so I'm not going to deal with them as quickly as I'm used to. Okay. Wild snipe? No, just killed. What is that thing? Did I get the kill? I did get the kill. Okay. Although no, actually T-50 would be. There appears to be an enemy around here. The enemies that I was shooting at in my K3 before I died, I think. But yeah, the army had their own ships, it was just really confusing. So that is just the inter-service rivalry for you, I think. We've got a few of the army ships as well in this game, in the coastal fleet. Play these, I think the Sokotes are army ships, aren't they? Thinking what else is a army ship that we have? I think the Hago is also an army ship, isn't it? The Hago, not the T-38, the other one. Is it Type 4 one? I don't think it is. I think I barely have the range to do that, don't I? Yeah. Way over shooting, way too much lead. Oh yeah. I'll take them later. That's an AFD. Okay, I should have not been here. AFDs are scary. AFDs are very, very scary.
Another zone captured, we have the advantage.
Gonna mark it, gonna outside of arty range. That's probably to be expected, really. I am going to arty strike around here though, because I think they might capture A soon. I need to get out of the way of this guy, don't I? Right. There we go, I'm out of your way. Aircraft up. 34. Guy in front, turn, turn, turn.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Can I turn in time? I can. But I'm reloading, because of course I am. Wait. Luckily he didn't use his 37, which would have been much more lethal. Guy's flying away again, okay. I have backups. Oh, I do have a backup on the A6M2. There's quite a few enemy aircraft up, so if I even want to spawn my B6, I'm going to be in a bit of trouble. The AFD is still a thing, isn't it? Don't think it's been sunk yet. Oh, 9. Where? Oh, there.
Keep it up, and victory will be ours.
Oh, we have a float plane on B. Apparently the BF-109 didn't see it. Destroyer. Can we go onto A without too much problems? No, we can't. Is Japanese coastal worth it? Not really. The frigates are not that powerful. I mean, I liked it because I'm just a Japanese main, so I just grinded it anyways. But they're not the best, the frigates. Russia and Germany have much better frigates, although at higher BRs, of course. And I do still enjoy my Chicago, but only in specific times. A hit with the RT. He's not moving.
Just keep it up, and victory will be ours.
Yep, I saw those guns turning directly for me, so I just decided, nope. I want none of that. I want absolutely none of that. Thing is, what AFD is it? Is it? Oh, it's the 1. Okay, so it's not going to hull break me necessarily. That's an AI. Now the AFD is distracted again, so I am going to get a few shots into him. He's no longer distracted, he's looking at me. I retreated way too much. And my 25s are not panning. I need to get out of here. I didn't get out of here in time. Mark it again, because he's not moving. Right there. Oh, somebody subscribed again. And thank you for subscribing. Though, I really need to get a second super monitor so I can actually... Oh, there goes another one. Was that a kill? Or was it somebody subscribing? No, it was somebody subscribing, okay. Would HE do more damage? From the 25? I don't think so. I don't think high explosive would do more damage to an armored target like that. It might have, but I don't think it would. Because the AFD is quite heavily armored. Just going to quickly alt tab to check who's subscribed. Oh, Blitzcaller, or whatever that name is pronounced. Thank you for subscribing.
Pressure on. Victory is close.
Don't know why the notification came through twice though, but oh well. And that's the match as well. Not all that exciting. But that's how coastal can be sometimes. I think I have time for one more match. Do I continue playing this lineup or another lineup? I think I'll revisit 1-7 again with the Type 5 to T-38 for finishing up tonight. Yes, I'll check that as well. Thank you for reminding me. I'll check that as well. I'll just make the lineup first. So that's Navy, that's... Those should be Army. That one should be as well. Is it Type 5 an Army ship? I don't think it is. Have they changed the flags recently? Oh, but no, it's the flags on their actual ship model. It's this flag. That's Army. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. I just realized it myself as well when you said it. It's this flag. Yeah, that's Army. Navy. Army, you already know that. I was going to take Coastal and Master Crew. Those three vessels are definitely the ones I want to use, so the rest can be... just going to look at them. Yep, Hago is an army ship. I kind of assume that it's a Type 4. The Type 4 is an army ship as well. Okay. Didn't expect that, really. Then again, it does have the Army 37mm gun and the 20mm. The 20mm is actually a good indication that it's an Army ship, because the Army for some reason uses their 20mm, whilst the Navy uses 25s. Because why not? So they're going to be Navy ships, I know that. Because they have 25s. Yep, Navy. That's a Navy ship, because 25s. This is post-war, so that's just different flag altogether. I think these are both Navy ships, this Chidori and the Shonan. Navy at least. And Shonan should be, yeah, that's Navy as well. Yeah. So, aircraft. What aircraft can I bring at 1-7 even? Not Master Crew, and they're low BR, so... okay. The B6N is a 1-7? Oh boy, that might be a fun one. What else do I have? I think it's going to be the B6, isn't it? 1-7 B6. I think the B5 is 1-7 as well, but I'll take the B6 anyways. More fun. And then I'll replace this guy with, I think, the fighter I had, the A5. I don't think I have any, yeah, I don't have any other fighters at the PR. Righty. Off we go for the final match of this stream. At really low BR again. He is probably going to take a while because it is getting later in the day as well. And low BR coastal really is not that popular. Oh yeah, I love the looks of the B6. Part of me does love the B5 a bit more because this has really classical Japanese torpedo bomber. The B6s are incredible planes. Just a bit more powerful, a bit faster. And that can really help. Like the same with most of, like, beyond the B6, the D4s, the B7. But the original, the B5 and the D3A are very iconic Japanese carrier aircraft. Just a shame they're not really that good compared to the other than the 3. And is this the one with the offensive machine gun? It is. Nice. Because I think the other two don't actually have offensive machine guns. They don't. Actually, no, they don't. Ah, yeah. It's always funny to use strike aircraft for fighters. Like the B7 is a very good example for that as well. It's a really good plane, all-rounder. 220 Multi-Tear plane support. Quite maneuverable, but I don't think it's the same as what it used to be. I haven't flown the Japanese aircraft in ages, so I don't really remember them too well. There we go. Got the match. I really don't like this map much. It's probably a map I should dislike, if anything. I'm going to use a Type 5 to get into B, maybe? Or should I use a Type 4 to get into A? No. I'll take the slow thing first and the fast thing last. Oh, it's Phoenix again. I am starting to believe that he is a stream sniper because I'm seeing him a lot the last 2 weeks. Not that I mind much. Not that I mind at all, really. Okay, that's not the biggest of threats, but it is kind of a threat. Seems at this kind of range the 20 mils don't really have too much damage potential. The range is overlapping the side is really annoying. Okay, I need to get into cover now. I've been trying to knock out his front gun, but it's just not working, is it? There we go, now I'm in cover. Oh, fun. I think that's an AI though, isn't it? But it just still pushed me. He's no longer looking in my direction, so I'll just keep it cool. Okay, my main gun started firing at him. I'm back in cover again, so it should be fine. He's very low though, so I might actually want to finish him off soon. I'm being hurt by something quite a bit. Russian 37, I should stay behind this rock if I can. Oh boy. That's a lot of pain. Lots of pain.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Stay behind this rock, please. Stay behind the rock. I think they're around there-ish. Might be completely wrong actually. I think the early 200 is the thing with the 37, so I should be safe now. Back out again. Ooh, something's approaching quite quickly. What is that? On the other side of the rocks, so no torpedo threat as of yet. Okay, he got killed before I could do anything. Ah! Grinch just joined me again, I see. For some reason I never actually look at the names on the scoreboards. Not often, at least. They have to be right in front of me for me to actually read the names. Oh well. Aircraft up A, so I want to load the... That should not be too difficult to deal with. An AI as well, so I'm not too worried. Though my gunnery is leaving much to be desired. Aircraft. Stuka, a gun Stuka. Rare? Very rare. But yeah. Oh, he did hit me. He did hit me a lot. But yeah. Need to get actually in the cap, not just around it. That's a friendly aircraft. That is not a friendly. Yeah, by them. Do not see many of those. Quite a dinky little looking ship, isn't it? I don't think I've actually taken a closer look at that.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
What's that in front of me? Because I'm almost dead. If I take too much shell fire, I'm done for. And there's a lot of enemies in front of me, and there I go. Yep. Ah, it's a Stuka I shot down. That explains it. Type T-38. I could spawn a plane, but there's no really meaning for it. This is a threat I can deal with T-38. Just looking around, see if there's nobody flanking. There we go. Well, in between these two rocks seems like a good place. These are noticeably calm as well, so I don't have to worry too much about my gun being knocked off target. It also does mean that the return fire is going to be a bit more dangerous. Oop. Aircraft's up, I can hear it, so I need to be careful of it. Oh boy! Those bombs are not for me, but they are for you. Okay, good. Match is pretty much over as well.
Just keep it up, and victory will be ours.
So just get as much damage as possible. I think I'm beat per shot, so that's good. And that's it. Alright match. Alright match for the top 5. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it at that though for matches today. Now, what was I going to say again? Next week. Probably going to be the same thing as this week. I'm not available on Monday, so probably going to be streaming on Saturday. It is going to be a Blue Water stream then, but what to play on that stream is the question. I'm thinking of playing either the British cruisers still, because I do actually want to grind that 3 out relatively quickly before any major update to it. Or maybe I do American battleships. But I think it's probably going to be British cruisers. I really want to just push through those battleships for them. Just in case we see anything big for them soon. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching, and I'll hopefully see you next week just as well. Goodbye.